Ndị be anyị kenekwanụ m unu. Anyị sị ka ụbọchị nke taa mara na anyị na mma. Anyị sị ka nke onye chiri ya zerekwa. Dịka o si dị ya bụ Eastern News 24 ka anyị si na-wetara nye bụ ozi gbasịta maka ebe ife na-eme n'obodo nọ n'ime ya, dịka unu anụ ka o si ada, gbasịta maka nnwere onwe a na-azọ n'ala Igbo, maka mkpagbu na ajọ omume a na-emesi ndị Igbo. Ebe ife ka anyị na-wetara n'iru akwụkwọ ọzọ dịka ibia gbapụ na nke ụbọchị izi gị na-esore ka gbadụ ketụsa ya bụ ozi. If I will tell you Nero according to one of the Biafran activists, quote, international media react as Nigerian government in panic, Biafra in shock. Finally, the truth is coming out. Do you know that Obama is the blame behind Obi-Igbo massacre? Biafra is going home. Hear the news in details. All right, according to one of the Biafran activists, is very very interested update and matuka ga ya bụ ife maka ụfọdụ ndị na-amaghị ebe ihe si wee bido maka ọ na-adị mma ijuru ese wee na-eme ife ga ya bụ ife nwanne nwoke wetara n'ụbọchị nke taa nnukwu ihe ị ga-esi ya bụ ife drop right feature n'ụdị nke gị. All right, over to you, sir.
The task that must be done.
What did he say?
Today I urge all Nigerians.
Now listen again. What did Obama say? I want people to listen again to what Obama had to say.
To keep Nigeria one, the task that must be done.
To keep Nigeria one is a task that must be done. I want those of you with internet-enabled devices to go and click or type in this very phrase. To keep Nigeria one is a task that must be done. It was the same thing that the dead Buhari echoed during his campaign. And I'm asking, you'll be asking yourself, what is the business of the US president with trying to keep Nigeria one? Is that their business? In what way does it concern them? In other words, what this man is trying to say that the president of the United States of America, before Trump came in, their ex-president Obama, knew very well about our agitation for Biafra. He knew what we were doing even in 2015 when he was making this ad or this campaign for Buhari. Ask yourself this question. Why would a former United States president, then he was the US president, why would he come out and say that to keep Nigeria one, borrowing the phrase of a mass murderer? Somebody who is in the Guinness Book of Records as one of the worst people to ever exist. Gowon is there. He's number 3 on the list. Number 1 is Hitler. I think number 2 is Pol Pot or Stalin. And number 3 is Gowon. Gowon is in the Guinness Book of Records. That is why I have this special venom for any deceiving Bible-carrying idiot that uses the name and the word of God to deceive the gullible. That idiot Gowon is claiming that he is a born-again Christian. He's leading prayer. But in the Guinness Book of Records, he is there acknowledged as one of the worst people to ever live on the face of the earth. And Obama being the worst president America ever had. Somebody who claims his ancestry is from Kenya. But because of the money they are getting, because of the bribe, because of the corruption they are encouraging in the zoological republic that was created by Britain, this fool opened his mouth and said, to keep Nigeria one is a task that must be done. The same words used by Gowon during the war of genocide against Biafra. I want our people to reason, because I know that many black people do not reason. Most of our people do not reason. They don't sit down to analyze and to delve into issues properly. Ask yourself, what is an American president? Why should an American president be concerned about Biafra agitation? That is to tell you that Biafra is a divine project. And Lucifer and all his followers do not want Biafra to come. What I'm trying to say to you is this. Anybody, regardless of who they are, any human being, anybody who rises up to castigate the agitation for Biafra, that person is a servant of the devil. is a servant of the devil, regardless of they're carrying the Bible or not. This job of keeping Nigeria one, that is a task that must be done. Go and Google it. Buhari made, when he was alive, made reference to go on, that they fought a war to keep Nigeria one. Go and look at it. Ask yourself this question: why would Obama use exactly the same words of go on, a mass murderer and a killer? That tells you the extent of opposition that Biafra is getting, even from quarters and from people you least expect. That is why this is God's project. It doesn't belong to man. God's project. Can you imagine that throughout Obama, 8 years of Obama's presidency, he was working for one Nigeria? Not to make Nigeria a better place, but that he said the task, which means Obama quite literally placed the United States Army at the disposal of Buhari when he was alive. That the task of keeping Nigeria, well, that to keep Nigeria one is a task that must be done. The same words that Gowon used, I said the same verbatim. The same words that Gowon used during the genocide, which means that Obama is in support of 5 million Biafrans that was slaughtered during that very genocide. Do you see why I feel sorry for anybody who is against what we are doing? Do you see why I feel sorry for them? They don't understand what we are in. Ask yourself, what wrong did we do to Zuckerberg, the idiot that owns Facebook? Nothing. We've done nothing to him, nothing whatsoever. I don't know if a Biafran took his wife from him or something. I have no idea. This man have consistently instructed his people to delete, to suppress. People previously, when they write or they comment and they get loads and tons of reactions. These days they write and they don't get up to 4 reactions. Up to the point that this very morning they were saying to me that I cannot broadcast live, that I must tell them where I am. Facebook, what has Facebook got to do with where I'm staying? What business of theirs is it? An American president was in the White House using the same words of a mass murderer, saying that Nigeria must be kept one. And I'm asking myself, what is the business of Obama's administration? Why would they want Nigeria to remain one? Because even Obama knows that Nigeria is there to serve an Islamic purpose. That Nigeria is there. They want to Islamize each and everybody. They want to make it the home of the most popular, should I say populous, Islamic nation in Africa. Unless you have common sense and a functioning brain, you will not understand what I'm saying. But I'm going to play it. The whole clip that you may know. And I want to publish it on my page for the world to see and to hear. What is the business? Ask that question, please, whoever is posting this clip. What is the business of Obama with Nigeria's unity? Why? What? What for? Because he's benefiting from it. They benefit from corruption. They benefit from it. That is what they are doing. I'm going to play it. Unfortunately, it is not as loud as I would like it to be. Let me play it once again that the world may hear.
To keep Nigeria one, the task that must be done.
Unbelievable.
To keep Nigeria one, the task that must be done.
Yes.
Today I urge all Nigerians.
I urge all Nigerians.
All religions, all ethnic.
All religions, everybody. Vote for Buhari.
Keep Nigeria one.
Help and keep Nigeria one.
Advancing the security.
Help to keep Nigeria one. Have you asked yourself, why would Obama, what has Obama got to do with one Nigeria? He did not say vote out corruption. He did not say vote out ineptitude, incompetence. He did not say vote out insecurity. He said you must go to vote. You must go to vote for one Nigeria. You must keep Nigeria one. Obama is asking you to keep Nigeria one. I want people with gumption, with common sense, to understand what that means. That tells you, that was why people were asking me, oh, why do you say that Biafra is the last miracle? Because I said to them, the reason why I keep using that very term is because people are into Biafra agitation, but they don't know what they're doing. They don't know the spiritual dimension of this very effort. They have no idea. They have no clue. Satan, it was Lucifer himself. It was Satan himself that inspired the British, that informed the decision of Lugard to create one Nigeria in the first place. It was a satanic act. The reason being that once you suppress Biafrans in Nigeria, the whole of Africa will remain in darkness. Black people all over the world will remain subservient. They will be slaves forever and ever. That is why anybody, any human being, any idiot who rises up to say that Biafra agitation is misguided, is misplaced, shouldn't be, that person, I can swear, is working for Satan, for Lucifer. They're the same camp with Obama. I hope you can now understand it. You can now understand the level of Fulani Janjaweed is not our opposition. God in heaven knows they are nothing. They don't exist. Fulani is nothing. They are stupid. They are not educated. They are Janjaweed. What do they know? They know nothing. You people are fighting forces and principalities you don't know that hates you. If you look at Obama now, they say, but has Obama said anything about Biafra? He doesn't know about Biafra. But Obama knows about Biafra more than all of you put together. That was why he used the word one Nigeria, to keep Nigeria one. That was the impact we are making in 2015. Think of the impact we have made up until now. Think of it. Think of it very carefully. Now you understand, don't you? Next time you must pay attention. Some of you, I don't know who brought out this very clip. Some of you see all these clips, and I keep asking myself, but most of you are learned, you're educated. Can't you reason? Can't you, when somebody is saying something, can't you go behind the lines and try to make out what that person actually is talking about or what they mean? Why would a sitting US president use the same words as Gowon used during the Biafran War? What does that tell you about our agitation all the way back in 2015? Why did I say this? Because earlier this evening the news broke, or should I say information filtered out of Asorok, and according to them, they said it was Roots TV that covered it very well, and I'm using theirs, and I want it also posted, please, on my page. Roots TV. Buhari identifies Radio Biafra as a major threat to national security. Approves.
Ekweko Amaba. I know say this guy called Nnamdi Kanu is a legend. In fact, as a matter of fact, this guy is supposed to be entering into the Guinness World Record every year. Every year, they're supposed to enroll an award for Nnamdi Kanu. Let me shock you, because there are some facts that our people don't know. Do you know that Obibo massacre is being orchestrated by Barack Obama? Do you all know that? The video you just finished watching now, if you listen to that video very well, remove sentiment, just calm down and listen to that video from beginning to the end of that video. You will understand a language that go on face use, that Nigeria unity is non-negotiable. Even if they are killing themselves, the Westerners, they don't care. Only thing they care is just to steal your mineral resources, your God-given mineral resources, common patrimony that belongs to the poor masses of Nigeria. Obama made the statement. Gowon made the statement. Buhari made a statement in 2015. The question there we need to ask, what is the business with Obama and the Nigerian politics? You know, when we keep on saying that blacks are the problem of blacks, whenever the whites want to deal with the blacks, they must surely use a black man to deal with that person. You can imagine the number of people that have died since 2015 down till today. Obama brought APC government into office. Barack Obama brought APC government into office. What are their interests? Obama killed Muammar Gaddafi. This is a well-known fact. It is out there on the public domain. So you cannot come out and tell me that this is a propaganda or ask me where is my evidence. The evidence is everywhere. Even the blind and the deaf and dumb knows all these things that I'm telling you. The Obibo massacre, do you know how much Obama paid Wike to carry out that Atrocities Act? To tell you that Obama, they know about the Biafra agitation. They know about the killings. They know about the marginalizations. And they know about the massacre of Christians in Nigeria. Don't forget Obama administration and that of Joe Biden, his vice. What happened during his administration of 8 years and what happened to the 4 years of Joe Biden are all still traced down to terrorism. They are the highest sponsor of terrorism in Africa using USAID that Trump discovered and said enough is enough. Imagine them sponsoring LGBTQ in other countries that have nothing. I mean, forcing them into this same cult because that LGBT, whatever they call it, is a cult. Yes, everybody have right to practice what they want to practice. But why are you enforcing it on people? Giving them countless monies, forcing the government to come. Do you know the reason why Obama worked against Goodluck Jonathan? He forced Goodluck Jonathan to legalize gay marriage in Nigeria, to legalize LGBTQ. When Jonathan refused, he worked against Goodluck Jonathan. The same Obama went to the Uganda presidency, where they call him Abi Mugabe, Abi Museveni, waiting be that their president, and tell him to legalize gay. And I asked him, Obama, please, turn Ike, and then I will legalize it in my country. He ran. But you want other people, children, to be useless. When they tell you to turn your behind so that you collect what you want people to be collecting, you took to your heels. Using blacks against blacks. I know you must have learned a lot of things watching that video. To know that touch not my anointing and do my prophet no harm. Touch not. Touch not, says the God of hosts. You people should bear me witness, or rather, the evidence is out there for anybody to do what? To read and watch. That Obama remains the worst president of the United States of America for his 8 good years. He spent it doing nothing, rather than buying innocent people who does him nothing. In the history, in the World Guinness record, Obama's name is there as the worst ever president of the United States of America. Worst. Where you find the name of Obama, you find the name of Yakubu Gowon as the worst killer of Christians and worst killer of human beings on earth. You're also going to find Muhammadu Buhari named there as the worst president that Nigeria have ever produced. But I see now Tinubu is going to topple him on that list. But all of them are still going to be on the same WhatsApp group. There's no two ways about that. I don't know what you think about that video, but to me, it is right move on the right direction. Nnamdi Kanu is a heavenly gift to humanity. They said, what do you call it? That the prophets are not being honored in their own land. That's exactly the issue of Nnamdi Kanu. A very big asset. That if Nigerian government would have listened to that guy when he was shouting, remember my people, remember my people. Nnamdi Kanu never started agitating for Biafra. He first of all engaged in a kind of protest, my people have been lagging behind. Remember, my people, they refuse to listen. Secondly, he came with the issue of referendum. They refuse to listen. In fact, they pour him spit. That is when he said, enough is enough. We, the Biafrans, believe that the war has ended, but Nigerian government say the wars have never ended. They are still waging war against the Biafrans. Then Nnamdi Kanu wake up and said, enough is enough. When he saw the handwriting on the wall, he said, oh, my people need to liberate it. And that was why he chose to agitate for Biafra. But before agitating for Biafra, don't forget, Nnamdi Kanu is one Nigeria. Nnamdi Kanu asked for referendum. And Nnamdi Kanu told them that since you people refuse to see this, I will be your end. And that is exactly what is happening today. That me and you are witnessing. Nnamdi Kanu is going to be the end of Nigeria. If Nigeria is going to succeed, it lies on the head of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Some people will say, if anything happens to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, heaven will not let loose. After all, Abacha died, Abiola died, nothing happened. My brother, then is then, now is now. You cannot compare 1967 to 1970 in 2025, this 21st century. If you dare try it, then you have yourself to be blamed. In fact, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the reason why Nigeria have not been Islamized or Fularized till today. Even T.Y. Danjuma make it clear. Sultan of Sokoto also make it clear. It's only the Igbos that have resisted the force in which they come to Islamize and Fulanize the so-called Zogerian country. Well, I don't want to waste most of your time in frivolities because they said time is money. So when you get this message, let me know what you think at the comment section of this video. Do you still believe that Obama is from Kenya? To me, Obama is a Fulani and a terrorist. In fact, he's a jihadist. A jihadist. He killed Muammar Gaddafi. He committed a lot of atrocities. 8 years of Obama, did you see his foot cross to Nigeria? But the so-called zoo politicians are busy flogging into White House. Go to visit him where they make all manner of evil plans against the Nigerians.